Yeah, I used to do blackface a lot when I was younger, but ever since I got online, I stopped that shit. Dude, that motherfucker definitely built some shit down there. I can feel it. Hello? Really? Really? Oh, you really build? Oh, you really build the Phoenix? Dude, I didn't build a roach one. I hope I die. I hope I die. If you're listening to my stream, rush me. Rush me and kill me. You should just build random gateway units and send them to my base. Wild mass Phoenix shit. look at my fucking drone saturation. It's actually fucking criminal. Do it. Look, it's just 3 queens, bro. Look at this fucking gimmicky cuck shit. What am I even fucking doing? Fucking unironically masked queens. I hope I fucking die. Oh, supply blocked again. Oh! Ah, yes. I do know how to make any unit.
Oh my god! Zealot, run by! Oh, he's the chosen one.
Oh, ready to watch me blow 3 fungals and kill nothing? Based.
Oh, another! Zealot, run by! Oh my god! Oh, he's the chosen one! Oh! Oh!
Bruh. Are you brun over here?
Oh no! Oh my god! Oh, another one! Oh! Oh my god!
Yeah? All time. Playing video games? What the Mel? Are you? Drew, are you? Are you melon right now? It's so bullshit that I can't do fucking infested Terrans anymore. That's actually so dumb. Why would they remove that from the game? Bros. Can you not transfuse off creep? Is that true? Oh, finally, Jesus. What kind of cuck league did they put me in this time? Oh, they put me in a base league. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try not to play Factorio at all. Oh god. This combo's getting 100% of my brain power.
Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter?
Black Lives Matter.
I guess all lives matter.
Like, there you go. That's a great way to look at the extremes on both sides. One side is saying Black Lives Matter and, you know, Black lives are a part of all lives, so all lives clearly don't matter until Black Lives Matter, because Black lives currently don't matter. The other side is saying, nah, fuck that, all lives matter actually. Black lives matter too, you're just fucking wrong for bringing that up. The extreme in that situation is one side saying, correctly, that, you know, black people are disproportionately targeted by the criminal justice.
I can't even understand you.
What the fuck do you want me to do about it?
Drink some water.
There. Is that better?
Much better. But you drank my cum cup.
Game is frozen LUL.
I don't even know how he died. Sorry, what?
Is that better?
Much better. But you drank my cum cup.
Game is frozen LUL. Banning Vadikus.
Okay, if I want to send a link to somebody, security or participants, nope. Record, show reactions, apps, whiteboards. fuck do you send someone a link? Small arrow next to participants. I see an arrow. What? You just shot at me? Hold on one sec. Mastering crafting right now, okay? What a dog shit fucking skill. I'm fucking rich in this game now, motherfuckers. I got 18 billion GP. I'm fucking mad at you guys. Oh, Hamster Hawk, what's wrong? Are you upset, buddy?
Oh, I'm upset. Ooh.
Okay, hold on, give it a second. How are you leveling crap? I'm not leveling, I'm trying to master it. Okay, let me use rest real quick and then we'll go. Oh. One second.
Where them red faces at?
Said, I'll be about 10 minutes. Aha, she's already starting tactics. Showing up 5 minutes late. She thinks she can throw me off. I can just queue up in a fucking game. I don't give a fuck. You think you're gonna be later than me to this meeting? I can be later than you can even imagine. Oh, this guy. The guy who bailed on my fucking D&D campaign.
Yo, DGG, like, you feel me? I know we had our... we haven't really had beef like that, but I know we got into like a little scuffle, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people out here don't beef, but I know y'all don't beef with Hassan before. So, like, you feel me? trying to see him not win. You know?
Okay, but wasn't he one of the ones that was calling me racist? He didn't call you racist, he was trying to defend you. I'm pretty sure his defense of me was, it was like, I've seen Destiny stuff in the past, and I think he's generally an okay guy, but the most recent stuff that he's saying seems like it could be really racist. I think that was like his defense of me, okay? So, I demand full servant, I demand full, I need a full-bellied with your chest out. Destiny is not racist, okay? And only then will the legion of DGG voters descend on horseback and cloak to the voting polls. Good luck, have fun. Wait, is this guy the guy that just left against me? I am racist. I need him to proclaim that I'm not racist. And then after he does and that clip goes viral, I'm gonna do the most racist thing I've ever done on stream before.
Hands up, chat. Haircut type, hands up.
Why did you not reach out to and talk about it? I thought I did. There's a lot of people I reached out to talk to during that time. I talked to a lot of people too. I don't know. I don't care. I don't really hate him or anything. Who else is in the streamer awards against him? We can go and check. We take a gander. There's someone else we should be more loyal to. Otherwise, we can vote for him. Can we do this? No, I can't do this. Oof, I don't know if I should have started this game. I'm a little close to go time. I'm relying on her being a little later than she said she'd be. We'll see. Your Rage, Hassan, Wubby, and Iron Mouse. I feel like I have a bad impression of Wubby. I don't remember why. I don't know Iron Mouse. I honest to God, I think I only hate Wubby because he reminds me, just the way that he looks like the guy in the corn suit. I think that's really the only reason why I don't like him. Actual Jake or whatever, or Corn Jake, whatever that one guy's name is. I think that I really don't like Wubby, but I think it's only because I mix him and the corn suit guy up so much. I think that's I think, but maybe not. Maybe I should not like him. I'm not sure. Okay. I'm gonna lose this game and then I'm gonna be in a really bad mood for the debate and then it's gonna be a screamer and that's what's gonna happen. Oh, that's what's gonna happen. Oh no. He wouldn't actually like try to. Okay, if he's made one, he's gonna make more, right?
Media company went. Or did you just give up on that Destiny Cafe mods?
Well, right now all my money is going into a wardrobe, so I haven't been able to invest recently. Yikes, fam. Not a good look for you. Okay, he lost one of his things. Do you think I can kill that with just... Oh, but he remade it. What the Mel? Ooh! Oh my god! Oh my god, he's... I lose. It's over. I deserve to lose. I deserve to lose. I thought you were rushing me with a fuck ton of adepts. Never mind. I haven't lost. Not yet.
In this YouTube clip with Pearl, you say nobody's ever bought anything that made them happy for a long time, but have you ever owned a litter robot?
A litter robot? Is that like for cats?
Thank you, Ella, for no factorial. You are good.
What is this? He's really gonna just fucking go for it? Seriously? Oof. Can I just ignore the thing shooting me in the air, or do you think I have to actually like deal with that? I really don't know the answer.
Hey Destiny, started watching you back in 2016 when I graduated high school. I just got back into your content. Thanks for helping my work days building Jets FOI by Bud.
Yeah. I think he's already got a 4th, unironically, I think he does.
When will there be more merch? Please say soon. Also enjoying watching you play StarCraft.
Soon. Where is this lady at? Okay, I'm just waiting on Megan to join my call. Okay, if you're here waiting for that.
You should play Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. You don't have to concentrate much once you get good, except for the below developer time tries.
Oh
Bro, you
my
gotta fix your
God!
lighting.
Zealot run by! Bro!
Okay, we have to watch like what the pro build orders are, because this matchup is, I can't just fill it out. This match is 100% over.
Why don't you turn off this Mozart shit and turn on some Yeet Lil Pop? We want real music in this villa, bro.
Oh my God, he did the thing again! You know, this guy takes so long. I might have been able to win this game if I would actually not given up. Maybe. Fuck me. No, I just clicked the mini map on accident. I could have won this game. hate this. I still hate the word prism. I should have just built the spire earlier. I had plenty of time. She said 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago. No, 20 minutes ago. You're getting roaches with upgrades. Hydra's a better investment than Spire. Hydras are like a weird bait unit that they put into the game that I think accidentally got carried over from StarCraft 2 or StarCraft Brood War from really, really late in the patch. It's just a dog shit unit. You don't ever make that fucking World War unit. It's tempting though. Those and Ultralisks. It's always tempting to build them because you're like, oh, these are probably good. They shoot air units, but they're not. Wow, hello, hello? Wait, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on, let me just fix my settings again. I'm trying to fix my settings again. Let me see if I can hear you now. I'm unplugging my headphones.
Can you hear me now?
Let me try to just leave and come back.
Okay.
Give me half a sec.
I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, she can't hear me. What if it's the imposter, guys? Hello, hello? Man, I'm really playing tech support for the whole internet right now, huh? Restart Zoom. Why do you think it's on my end? Wait. I can't hear her. Test, test? No, I see my volume thing going up, so I think mine's working. Wait, can you hear me? She's not saying anything. Or not
Oh, there.
Oh,
Okay, I
wait.
can hear you. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yay!
Okay. How's it
Third
going? What's
tries
up?
the charm.
How's life going?
I'm doing good. I'm busy as always. And how about yourself?
Cool. Same.
Okay. Good stuff.
Do you want to introduce yourself to my audience so everybody can know who you
Sure.
are?
I'm Megan Murphy. For 10 years, I I still run the website, a feminist website called Feminist Current, although my main work was to criticize feminism. So, and I also ran a podcast by the same name, Feminist Current, which I still do. I now have a YouTube show and a podcast called The Same Drugs. I am a writer. I don't know if you want more than that.
However you want to introduce yourself, however you want to be seen by my audience.
I mean, much of what I did within the feminist realm, I suppose, was to talk about things like domestic abuse, violence against women, prostitution, and pornography. And at a certain point, the gender identity stuff started happening, so I started speaking out against that early on, which is probably how I'm best known by a lot of people now, I suppose. I testified against the Canadian gender identity legislation at the Senate in 2017, and was banned from Twitter in 2018 for saying that men aren't women. So yeah, and still, I mean, I cover a lot of different subjects in my work now in terms of like politics and culture and psychology and so on and so forth, but I still do focus much of my work on things like the sex industry and the gender identity debate.
Okay. Well, I've seen you bounce around some common, I guess we would say mutual friends, but I guess some of my friends have been bouncing around back and forth, the things I've seen you say on Twitter. I've had a couple of conversations with kind of like the anti-porn feminist archetype, and I see that you're I guess going around looking for these types of conversations, or at least willing to entertain them. So yeah, I guess if you wanna, is there a particular thing you wanted to chat about, or should I start, or what?
You go ahead. I mean, I'm happy to talk about anything, to be honest. I don't have a lot of, I'm open to anything. If I don't have an answer, I'll let you know. But yeah,
Gotcha.
I'll talk about anything I can talk about.
Okay, so I think in the broadest of senses, in society, we tend to trade parts of ourselves for time or money or other people's affections. On a more specific thing, in a capitalist economy, we tend to trade our labor, parts of our bodies, parts of our intelligence, whatever, for compensation. In my mind, pornography or sex work or prostitution can all be kind of an extension of that. And I guess the issue that I have is that if men enjoy consuming pornography, and if there are women that enjoy creating pornography, I don't know what is the angle of attack to say that this particular thing that people can mutually engage in should be considered immoral or unethical.
Well, I think that the main problem with the sex industry is that no matter what, there's always tons and tons and tons of exploitation and tons and tons and tons of abuse and trafficking. There doesn't seem to be any model that stops these things from being foundational to the industry, really. It seems like these things are inherently a part of the industry. Countries that have tried legalizing, like Germany, for example, have seen trafficking blow up even more so than it already had been. And part of the problem is that most women and girls don't want to be in prostitution. So there's a huge demand for prostitution, there's a huge demand for pornography, and there simply are not very many women and girls in the world who want to be in porn and want to be in prostitution. So that's where the coercion and exploitation and sometimes force happens. Like, I mean, I think people think of trafficking as like this very specific thing where someone is kidnapped and maybe brought to another country and literally forced to sell sex, not allowed to leave their room or whatever. And that certainly does happen. But trafficking can also look voluntary. I think there's a lot of women who are in prostitution and porn who men would not believe are trafficked, who would believe that are there voluntarily, and it's not the case. And I think, I've spent a lot of my career talking to women who've been in porn and prostitution, and all of them say that while they were in it, they would have said that it was fine and that they were there by choice. And then after they left, they began to have a more complex understanding of the coercion that happened, whether that was via a pimp or like a brothel owner or, most of these women are struggling with like substance abuse issues, addiction, mental health issues. All of them came from, they had histories of really serious trauma, molestation, sexual assault. I think that it's a lot more complex than choice versus not choice. And I think that's a really oversimplified way of looking at the industry, and that's how a lot of people who will say, well, it's fine so long as there's consent. And I think that they're not taking all these other factors into account.
Okay, before we dive too deep into this, I think we need to separate out. A lot of different things. So, firstly, do we want to focus on prostitution or pornography? Because I feel like these are two very, very, very separate things when we're talking about likelihood of sex trafficking or stuff like that.
Right. So I don't think that they are separate things.
You don't think there's a higher likelihood of being trafficked in a brothel versus a girl working on OnlyFans? Like if we were to run the numbers, what do you think is more likely to see trafficked people?
Well, there is trafficking that happens on OnlyFans, but what I mean when I say that they're not that separate is that if you're selling sex, I would qualify that as prostitution. So I think that the women who are in pornography and are selling sex are engaged in prostitution, and women in prostitution are often engaged in pornography, and it's sort of all interconnected in a way that doesn't make sense to me to separate them out as though it's black and white.
Okay.
We can focus more on porn.
Sure. These are very different things. So I'm just trying to figure out where we're at.
I don't think they're very different things. So
of course you do think they're different things. We know they're different things. There's a difference between going to a brothel.
If you're selling sex, or if you're selling sex, that's prostitution. If you're selling sex acts, that's prostitution.
Okay,
do you think that a girl access to your body is prostitution?
Sure. So do you think that a girl that takes pictures of her feet and puts them on Twitter is the same thing as a 9-year-old being taken from Uganda and trafficked in a brothel in Germany? Are those two things morally equivalent or similar to you?
I don't think that it's the same thing, but I think that it's all part of a broader industry and that it is all connected. So a woman who's, selling pornography on OnlyFans is participating in an industry where there is that kind of trafficking, where we're talking about
we have to
being trafficked into prostitution.
Yeah, but I think we need to talk about meaningfully different. Like, for instance, like when I work at a retail store selling shoes, I'm technically participating in an industry that at some chain in the supply is having, child labor potentially, building shoes. But I don't think it would be the same to say that, like, if you sell shoes at a shoe store, you are participating in slavery, right? We can speak about meaningful.
Let's say that we're not talking about somebody selling photos of their foot. Let's say that we're talking about.
I think I made a mistake, guys. This is a big mistake.
Selling acts to their body. So most of pornography is sex, right? Women are getting paid to engage in sex acts with.
Well, sex or sex acts. Okay, sex acts with men. I don't know if that's even necessarily true, but because I don't know on OnlyFans if the majority of stuff being sold is boy-girl content or if it's solo content. I'm not sure.
I was thinking more of like Pornhub, but I don't access OnlyFans, so I don't know what most of the content is there, but I think that there's all kinds of different content on OnlyFans. I think that from what I understand, the content that makes the most money is like graphic pornography.
So I'm like quasi friends.
That much money
Okay, hold on. So that's just not true, okay? So I know the largest creator on OnlyFans, and I'm pretty sure she only does solo content. Amaranth is the largest OnlyFans creator. If she did start doing boy girl content, it was very recent and it's just with like dildos. That is not true. There are a lot of people that are really big on OnlyFans that do explicitly solo content without boy girl stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't saying, when I say graphic pornography, I wasn't necessarily saying that there was literally a dick. I was just referring to like feet photos. Like I don't think that feet photos are the things that are making the most money on.
Sure, I know, but we're okay. Hold on, we're bouncing all over the place because you said
Like-
sex acts with men and women. So that sounds like pornography where there's fucking going on. But I think for a lot of OnlyFans stuff, there are just people that sell lewd pictures or naked pictures of themselves, or they use toys on themselves. They're not necessarily like doing full-on prostitution.
Okay, so there's graphic, that still qualifies as graphic pornography when we're seeing women's like genitals and things being put inside those genitals, like they're being penetrated and so on and so forth. I would still qualify that as graphic.
Sure. And we can call it graphic pornography, but it's not sex acts between men and women. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so you just want to talk about OnlyFans, and
No,
I
I'm
want to
trying
talk
to-
about like the porn industry.
Okay, when I argue with conservatives, I do a lot of political debate online. When I argue with conservatives about immigration, sometimes they'll play this game where they swap out refugees, illegal immigrants, and immigrants, and they talk about all of them at the same time. And I think that these are three totally separate groups of people that have totally separate like realities that they deal with, and they need totally separate treatments. The way you would treat an illegal immigrant is going to be way different than you treat a refugee. When we're talking about like pornography and prostitution, like if you want to say I'm not a big fan of prostitution because it seems like there's a lot of trafficking involved, even in places where legalized, like Germany, which is true. That's a lot different than saying I don't like all of the sex industry because there's trafficking everywhere. When we look at things like OnlyFans, that's largely empowering for the women that work and don't have anywhere near the amount of trafficking going on as what's going to happen in like a shady brothel in Europe. I think that these are now
I
we
mean,
can we can
I
we
think
can
to
we can be
argue
we can
that
be
OnlyFans is largely empowering to women.
I understand. I know.
Making
Hold on.
a
I'm just saying.
sweeping generalization that
But you-
cannot be proven to be true.
Yeah, but you're making a sweeping generalization of OnlyFans and you're roping in
I'm
prostitution.
talking about Pornhub. You're the one who's hyper focusing on OnlyFans. Like I'm saying, the porn industry. So most of what we see on Pornhub
Gotcha.
is graphic pornography.
Okay.
It's mostly dehumanizing. It's mostly misogynist. There's tons of racism. There's tons of like incest porn. There's tons of fairly legal porn. And they are sex acts. Like there are women who are getting paid to perform sex acts that they wouldn't otherwise be doing. So many women in these videos are being exploited, abused, hurt, coerced. You know, they sign a contract and then they get pushed into doing all sorts of
Okay,
things.
hold on. Okay,
that
let's
they
okay,
don't
wait,
want
let's
to do.
okay, hold on. Let's do one thing at a time, okay? So, is there some level of if there's some level of exploitation, arguably yes in any job, right? When you work a job, you're usually doing things you wouldn't want to be doing otherwise in exchange for money. That's why people give you money for it. That's why they're called jobs, right? So the question is the willingness for somebody to do pornographic content, is that so meaningfully different from all other forms of labor that it's inherently exploitative? If you believe that, why?
Yeah, if you're engaging in sex acts and being penetrated, it does feel quite different. I mean, I think that we can all agree that being forced to sell a pair of shoes doesn't feel the same as it does if we're forced to engage in a sex act that we don't want to engage with, or if we're pressured to have sex with somebody that we don't want to have sex with even. You know, there's a reason why women are so traumatized by not just like violent rape, which of course women are traumatized by violent rape, but by being pressured into doing things that they don't want to do in bed.
Sure, but what is the meaningful difference between being forced to sell a pair of shoes and being forced to engage in a sex act if you can choose to do something anyway? For the vast majority of people working on Pornhub, they don't have to work porn. They could just work other jobs, but they elect to do porn because they make way more money doing it. If you
So the fact that they're being abused and exploited and dehumanized and degraded and traumatized makes it okay because they agreed?
Well, they're being abused and exploited and traumatized from your perspective, but they might not feel that way.
But they say that. If you talk to any woman who's left porn or prostitution, I mean, look at what happened to Lana Rhodes.
Do you think
she
that
went
every
in voluntarily,
yeah.
supposedly, and left and said she was traumatized. She hates sex. She doesn't even want to like hook up with anybody. She was pressured into doing all of these horrific, degrading, to like puking in a dog bowl and drinking.
Yeah,
urine.
I understand all of these things, but if the person can elect to do a different type of work, how can you tell somebody that you're not allowed to do it? If you've got a woman that would be working at Target or Starbucks for $9.50 an hour, how are you going to say that you're not allowed to do? So you're okay with it being legal and everything? You don't want to make it illegal?
Well, I don't want to make it illegal for a woman to make a choice to sell sex. What I have a problem with, if we're talking about legislation now, we're talking about what we would do about the law in terms of prostitution and pornography, what I would advocate and what I have been advocating for some time is the Nordic model. So essentially it criminalizes the people who are doing the exploiting, the abusing, people who are profiting off of this, in terms of like pushing women to do sex acts and making money off of that. So the pornographers, the pimps, the brothel owners.
Sure. So when you say
the
things like banning people that are pressuring or pushing women into sex trafficking, that's a position that's shared by 99% of the world and probably like 90% of people in the sex industry. I don't think anybody that works on Pornhub or OnlyFans or in a brothel is a fan of people pressuring or pushing people into doing that line of work.
Right, and I think that what a lot of people don't realize is how much coercion and exploitation is happening in the sex trade. So I think that when your average guy is watching porn, he's thinking, well, she agreed to do this, it's not real, she's not actually being hurt, and she's getting paid, so fair game. And
So
they
if
have
there
no
is-
idea
if
what's
there
happened
is-
behind the scenes.
Sure,
They
so if
have
there-
no idea how she feels about it. They have no idea, and they don't seem to care about how much it'll impact her after the fact psychologically.
Sure, so if there was a way to
emotionally,
ensure that people that were doing these types of sex acts weren't being coerced, would you all of a sudden be okay with the whole model? Or is this a red herring that you don't actually care that much about? Like,
Well,
let's say
it
that there was
doesn't
an industry.
exist. It's not a
I didn't ask
reality.
you. I didn't ask
So
you.
I
I
wanna
said that if
talk
we could
about
make a
reality.
company, if we could make a company, and that company had like affirmative consent forms or something, there was some way to ensure that every single person that was involved in the production of their pornography wasn't being coerced or abused or whatever, and they were happy doing it the whole time, as much as you would be doing a job, would you be okay with that industry, or would you still be ideologically opposed to it on principle?
Well, first of all, supposedly that's already happening. Supposedly these women are already.
I didn't ask
signing
supposedly if it's
contracts
happening. I'm
saying-
asking if that was
Yeah, but
reality.
I'm
would
talking
you be
about
okay
what
with it?
happens in the reality.
But I don't
I'm not
actually- I don't-
talking
the
about
problem
a
is that right
fantasy
now, I
world.
don't
I mean,
know-
we could also say like.
I
oh,
don't
maybe
know what you're. I
communism
don't know what
works.
you're. I don't know what you're opposed to right now. I don't even know what part you. Because it seems like what you're saying is women being pressured into sex trafficking is bad, but literally nobody disagrees with you there. But that's like a very like illegitimate position to take when behind the position is actually you would outlaw all pornography. That's what it sounds like I've heard you push for, or you'd make almost all of this illegal. So if that's the case, then I want to hear that position. I don't want to hear I think people shouldn't be pressured into porn because everybody agrees with you. I agree with you. But so I'm asking if you could find a way, hypothetically, to remove all of the pressure, would you still be okay with people doing porn?
What I don't think it should be legal to do is to pay somebody else for sex.
Why not?
I don't think it's possible to ban pornography. I don't think it's possible.
Wait, why
to
shouldn't
ban
it be legal for
prostitution.
two consenting people to do a monetary exchange for sex?
Because I think that it's coercive and exploitative to pay somebody to engage in sex acts that they don't want to engage in. I think
The
that
whole
it's
point
unethical.
of I know that it's unethical. I know you think it's unethical. That's the whole. That's what we're trying to figure out.
A woman who doesn't want to be with him is an unethical person.
Okay, but I'm trying to figure out if two people are mutually consenting. You keep saying coercive just because there's an exchange of money involved, right? If I pay for somebody for a massage, is that coercive because they'd rather not be massaging me? They probably would rather not be, but if they're getting paid money for it and it's their job, of course they'll do it. So I'm trying to figure out what is the inherently coercive thing when two consenting people are exchanging money for sex.
Do you think that there's a difference between somebody getting raped and somebody being paid to sell a cup of coffee? I mean, I think that we all know that sex is a particularly intimate act.
Why are we
wherein
comparing?
women
Wait, why are we comparing
particularly
rape to
vulnerable.
coffee? Hold on.
Because
I'm not
you're
talking
saying
about
that all
paying
work is
somebody.
exploitative and that
I'm not
all
pa-
people
I'm
are
not-
being coerced into work. So you
I'm not-
made the comparison,
no,
so that's what I'm responding
I'm
to.
challenging your
So a
assertion
massage
that
is not the same
I'm
thing as having a
challenging
dick in
your
your mouth.
assertion that all forms of money for work are coercive necessarily. Now, if you want to go that route, we can go there.
I
but I
didn't
don't
say
think
that.
that's
You said
okay,
that.
then I'm asking no, because you said that a man paying a woman for sex is coercive inherently, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Yeah.
If it's two consenting people, why is that a coercive act?
Because she wouldn't be doing it otherwise.
That's every single job ever. So by that
Okay, but
definition,
there's no potential for trauma in these basic, like, retail spaces.
bro, there's
Like,
so much potential for trauma in retail spaces. What do you mean? There's potential for trauma in literally in
Sexual
almost anything.
harassment is, in North America, illegal. And yet, pornography, your job description is literally sexual harassment
That's
and
not
sexual
true.
assault.
Do you think there's a difference between sexual harassment and getting paid for
What's
sex?
happening on a porn set? What's happening on a porn set is illegal in any other workplace setting.
What do you mean by that? Somebody's offering you money for you to do an action. How is that illegal in any other workplace setting?
Do you think that it's ethical to pay somebody to have sex with you? You know that they don't want to have sex with you, and you know that they need money, so you say, okay, will you do it if I give you money? Do you think that's ethical?
You're describing every single job ever. I'm gonna pay you to make a cheeseburger. I know you don't want to, but I'm gonna pay you for it.
Are you saying that making a cheeseburger is the same experience as being penetrated by a man?
I never said it was the same experience. But
but you're making these comparisons, not me.
Okay, let me lay out the little logic train. I'm asking you, why is money for sex?
I know that you think that being exasperated is going to make you look like you're winning this debate, but you're the one making these comparisons, and I'm responding to them, and then you're saying, no, oh God, why are you saying these things? Like, it's super manipulative.
It is absolutely, it's as manipulative or coercive as paying for sex is, okay? You're saying,
okay,
I'm trying to ask
oddly,
you,
I don't feel raped right now.
I'm trying to, that's good, that's good.
I'm not
Okay,
leave
well,
this
maybe as the conversation
traumatized.
goes on, maybe the feelings will change, okay? Listen, you're saying that, I'm trying to figure out, this is what I'm trying to tease out right now, okay? I'm trying to figure out, why do you think that paying for sex is inherently coercive? And the response that you're giving me is, well, you're paying somebody to do something that they wouldn't otherwise do. Paying somebody to do something they wouldn't otherwise do is the definition of a job. Every single job that we work for.
Sex with you when they're having sex with, and you're paying them to engage in a sex act that they don't want to engage in. So it's a very intimate, vulnerable thing. I mean, there's a reason why. Like, so a lot of women.
Wait, we don't have to. One thing, we don't have to do all the other women. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out. So if you pay somebody to do something, is there a difference between a person not wanting to do something versus a person being willing to do something for monetary compensation? So for example, I don't want to.
I'm not talking about like building a house or like.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. So let's say somebody comes up to me and they say, hey, I want to have sex with you. And I go, no, I don't really want to. And they go, do you want sex with me for $10,000? And I go, yeah, I think I would do that. Is that still not wanting to do it? Or is it somebody saying, I would do that and spend that much money?
Do you truly believe that sex, like a woman being penetrated by a dick, is the same experience as a man fixing a car?
I never said it was the same experience. It's not the same. Because I'm trying to get you to give me something different than the definition of a job.
Sex is different.
Okay.
Sex is different.
Okay.
The sex act is the difference. And we know as a culture that sex and sex acts are intimate and are a space where women are particularly vulnerable. Again.
Okay.
So I mean, sex is meaningful. We know that it is. Like,
not
sex
necessarily.
Is
Hold on. Why do you keep going off tangents? Okay. Sex might be meaningful to you. It might mean different things to other people. Okay. For some people, it means a paycheck. For other people, it might mean a casual fun encounter. For other people, it might mean creating a family or building a romantic connection. I don't think it's fair for you to define how sex has to be for every single person.
I mean, if sex wasn't meaningful and we didn't understand that sex was something where women were particularly vulnerable and could face like lifelong trauma, then I don't think as a culture we would understand things like rape and sexual assault to be a very big deal. I don't think that as a culture
no one is
we
talking about
compare
rape or sexual
assault to like having your wallet stolen even, or stealing a cup of coffee or something like that.
I'm okay, just to be very clear, because maybe my positions are confusing. So I am anti-rape and I'm anti-sexual assault. I'm not a fan of either of those things, and I'm not here to argue in favor of any of those things. I understand that women are particularly vulnerable during sex. That's probably true. How do you feel about male prostitutes then? Do you think that it would be ethical for men to do sex work?
What I don't think is ethical is, again, for a man to pay a woman or a man for sex.
Okay, I'm asking if a woman paid a man.
Sex, I think, is doing something because they need the money, and probably they have a whole host of other issues.
You're projecting
Again,
hardcore. Everybody's got issues. Okay.
No, I mean it's true.
No.
If
Okay,
you talk to anybody in the porn industry, you know that people are suffering from serious mental illness and substance abuse. And the same thing is true of prostitution.
Yeah, when you've built your whole life on being anti-porn, I'm sure you've talked to a lot of anti-porn people in the industry.
My whole life.
I've talked to a lot of pro-porn people that are in the industry and out of the industry, okay? You can't keep appealing to like, well, some of the people that I've talked to don't like it. There are a lot of people that do it now that are making a ton of money that would rather do that than work at Starbucks, which I think they should have the opportunity to do. So I'm going to ask again, do you think that it's unethical? Is it unethical to pay men for sex? If if a male wants to do pornography or if a male wants to sell his body for sex? Is that unethical?
Yeah, I think it's unethical to pay anyone for sex.
Okay, then the vulnerability and the penetration part don't matter then. I don't know why you bring that up. If a guy can't even sell his body for sex, then
Well, he's being penetrated also, no?
what if it's a male prostitute that has women fuck him? Like, not with a strap on.
Oh, I mean, that's a real common thing, eh? I mean, how many women do you know who've ever paid for sex with a male prostitute?
Okay.
I mean, I think that's unethical too, to be fair. But
that's what I'm getting at. I'm just trying to figure out why you think it's unethical. Stop saying we know this. No, that's your opinion. That is your opinion.
Why do you want to have a conversation with somebody if you don't want to listen to them talk?
I don't want to listen to you ramble and go off tangent. Right now I don't even know.
Why are we doing this?
Because I'm saying if you can have a conversation.
I'm not going off tangent.
I'm
explaining to you what my arguments are.
No, you're going to reiterate the same thing.
Explaining my arguments, you interrupt me and I act completely exasperated because I'm not saying what you want me to say. You want to frame the conversation in a way that I am not interested in framing the conversation. Like, the way that I want to talk about this is not how you want to talk about it, and you can't accept that. The way that I'm looking at this is not the way that you're looking at it, but you don't really want to hear how I'm looking at it. You want to have the conversation you want to have, so there's not really any point to this. You don't want to learn anything you don't want to hear. You just are annoyed that I'm saying something that you don't want me to say.
Can you explain
this is totally unproductive.
Can you explain?
This is just about
explain
showing off to your audience.
I'm not showing off anybody. I'm just trying to have a conversation. I don't know why you're even against sex work. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
I appreciate the big show that you're having, but I don't want to continue this.
Holy
shit! Keep interrupting me. Oh God,
okay.
You're so dramatic.
Well,
adios. Thanks for having me.
Okay. I don't know what I expected. Yeah, you know what? That's about what I expected. Okay. We're playing video games. You came here for entertainment. It's all going. I wrote all this shit down. How fucking annoying. She reminds me of Jackson Hinkle, where anytime you ask them a question, they can't actually engage at all. They just kind of have like their talking points, and it's just like they're gonna run them down every single time. She's gonna go schizo meltdown on Twitter. Yeah. The problem, the real facts is that, like, because I think she spent like 10 years like harping on these points. Realistically, somebody like that is never going to back away from their particular position on it, right? Because they built like a life around being anti-porn, so they can't do it. But it's frustrating when you have people that just want to do like the NPC like dialogue tree. Like, why do you think that men can't sell sex if the thing you're worried about was like the vulnerability and the penetration part? Well, you see, we all know that sex is exploitation, and we know that a lot of women that have worked in porn don't enjoy doing that. And I've got a lot of friends in porn that hate that. Okay, yeah, okay, that's great. But like, what about like men just selling sex? Because the vulnerability part is gone, right? And she's like, that is true, but women that sell sex are in very vulnerable positions. And I've talked to a lot of people in the industry, and they know that anytime a woman engages in this activity, it's a really, it's like, okay. She couldn't even stay on one fucking topic? Yeah, I know. Did you see her expression when you said you're going off on tangents, Luke? The anti... Well, no, never mind, that's mean. Yeah. A lot of people don't see how much the porn industry has changed too. The thing that pisses me off the most about people like that is, again? The thing that irritates me the most about people like that, and it's the same with every like actual conversation, is I think that there is a really interesting conversation that can be teased out when it comes to pornography and when it comes to sex work, right? Like, is it the case that there is like an inherent dynamic in men watching porn and getting enjoyment out of that that makes us view women in society like a particular way, right? And should that be something we push against, right? I think there is an interesting conversation that we teased out there, but a lot of these people are treating porn like it's the same industry that it was in the 90s and 2000s, and it's not. Porn is significantly different. Bro, porn stars in like even like 2010 would get paid like $500 and some cocaine to film a scene, and then they would like blow it all on more drugs afterwards, and it was fucking horrible, right? That industry that existed in like the 90s and early 2000s, I agree, was like probably pretty fucked, right? And I think most people that work in porn, I think can probably totally agree that it was like pretty fucked. I can agree with that. But to compare that to the scene that exists today, at least in terms of pornography, bro, like Pornhub pretty viciously verifies and audits like people that are on the platform in general. That's why like 90% of the porn got fucking removed. There's like a lot of independent creators now. It wouldn't surprise me if on Pornhub, I don't know the numbers, but it wouldn't surprise me if the majority of the women on there now are independent creators, right? Because you can upload your own stuff, you can film with your own boyfriend or guy or talent or whatever the fuck you want to do. So you gotta, she kept saying like, I only want to talk about reality. It's like, okay, well let's talk about like the industry as it exists today and not as you're like everybody's being forced and raped and assaulted, you know, like you think it is, which is fucking annoying, but whatever. So find someone to have this conversation with because it's absolutely an interesting one. The problem is that like this is like one of those it's like trans issues. This is one of those brain rot topics where the people that feel the way that they do, their entire life's philosophy is built around how they engage with this topic. So when you've got like somebody that's like hypercritical of like recent wave feminism, whatever the fuck they say they're against, and they've built like because she's got like a feminist magazine, she's got like all this shit that's built around the topic. She's never changing her position. She's not even in a place where she can even like rationally change her position. Like it might be irrational for her to even consider a change of position because she's built so much of her life around it. So when the conversation is dominated by those types of ideologues, you're just done. There's nothing to be said, right? And then on the other end, you've got people that are, I don't even want to say on the other end and act like it's the same because like when I've watched people that are generally like pro porn engage with the topic, at least they seem to be able to like critically engage with it. Because we watched that panel with whatever Eva's real name is. Ayla seems at least capable of engaging with it in a critical manner. I'm sure that if you pulled her on, that she would have some negative things to say about the sex industry. She'd have some positive things to say about the sex industry. But like any entertainment industry, it's all going to be, there's going to be pros and cons to everything, right? Fucking Kaepernick did commercials comparing NFL recruitment of football players to fucking slavery, right? So like literally no matter what the industry is, you're always going to have pros and cons. But it feels weird that like you could be like on the pro-feminist side and basically be in a position where a woman could work a job that could be incredibly fruitful and she could have full control over it and she could make a lot of money, and you're basically saying like, I'm a feminist, I'm gonna tell you that you're not allowed to work that job because in my society that's unethical because I've got like some almost quasi-puritanical views around sex or sex work, I guess is what it feels like sometimes. She wanted you to do what Ayla did and just yeah, I know, it's just fucking annoying. Yeah, this is why when I asked Erudite to help me prepare a little bit, I was like, I'm pretty sure I know. That sounds really mean to say. That one was a fucking idiot. Fuck I think for topics like that, I think we should agree to a moderator. I bet that would be better. Because that way the person like, because now she can say like, oh, I quit his stream because it was unfair. But if there's a moderator involved, I think she looks a little bit worse. Just like moonwalking out of the conversation. Can you predict what she's gonna write on Twitter? It's probably gonna be like the standard that people write when they get ass blasted, like, oh, debate tactics, you know, shouting over me, blah, blah, blah. The way that she talks about it too, I wonder if she has like personal like trauma related to pornography. If like a boyfriend like cheated on her or something and she found him like jerking off to porn or something. Bro, you're really gonna stick both of those right there? think it'd be better to just let her ramble and then directly reiterate your question? No, the problem is that like when somebody's allowed to ramble like that, they build their case over and over and over again in the eyes of the audience. Like she's building her case repeatedly. She's laying out like her entire view of the world. And then for me to just counter with a question, over time, it's gonna build weakness optically in my argument. It's gonna make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I'll be asking questions and the audience will just think, okay, well, she's already kind of addressed like all of this. Like you have like, really the only way to like truly counter that, if you wanted to get like political, is like where while they lay out their whole thing, when you go to respond, you just lay out your whole thing. That's like a real life political debate. That's what real life political debates look like. It'll be like a politician like saying a particular thing, and then when the opponent goes to respond, he doesn't actually respond, but he takes an opportunity to lay out like his particular thing. And then they just go back and forth like that, never really responding to each other, but just like building on their worldviews every time they have an opportunity to talk. Which in my opinion is really fucking boring, but... Jesus. Fuck, I feel so fucking bad for this guy. Oh my god. Sorry, where are we at? How much MMR did you take from today? I don't know, too much. That no women pays for sex comment was sexist as fuck, Destiny. I thought she was a feminist. No, I'll be realistic. And realistically, women aren't necessarily paying for sex. That's probably true, right? But the reason why I'm asking her the questions that I'm at, the reason why I'm asking her questions, so here's like, if I'm having a real conversation with a real person, he was at 4800 earlier. Oh yeah, because I said he was near gym. Is what I'm trying to figure out is like, principally speaking, why are you opposed to pornography? Because once I can get the principle down, then I can figure out like, okay, let's talk about this particular thing. But the issue is that like, this is what somebody will do. They'll say, I don't like cheeseburgers because they have meat and because the buns look orange and because they go in my mouth, okay? And then I'll say, okay, well, what if the bun was blue? And they'd be like, I still wouldn't like it. Okay, well, what if the bun was blue and you ate them with your hands? I still wouldn't like that. Okay, what if the bun was blue, you ate it with your hands and it didn't have meat or whatever? And they'd be like, I still wouldn't like them. Then it's like, okay, then why the fuck did you just tell me all of these reasons why you don't like it when none of them are actually fucking important to why you don't like it? Like, let's move past that and let's find the actual reason why you don't like it. That I run down this line of argumentation with so many people where they'll be like, yeah, I don't like this because of A, B, and C. And it's like, well, what if A was different and B was different and C was different? And they're like, yeah, I definitely would think that thing is still bad. Then why the fuck did you give me those fucking reasons? Can you give me like give me the actual like intuitive reason or the fundamental thing for why you don't like it intrinsically? But this is like a thing. Oh man, I'm gonna sound so bad here, and I think I'm okay. I don't think I'm ultra intelligent or anything, but I wonder sometimes is there like a certain like once you hit like 85 IQ where you lose the ability to like understand? I don't even want to say like hypotheses or anything else. You can't get like deductive logic. Like you're saying if A, then B, okay? well, what about like if C, then something else? Or like, what if we change A? Does B still logically follow? Like this, I think this form of like basic deductive logic, I think should always be built into every person's brain. I think it has to be, because without like deductive logic, I'm pretty sure like a whole bunch of stuff just falls apart in terms of your ability to understand the world. But like, oh my God. I can't believe I was taking notes for this fucking debate. Fucking kill me. Deductively disabled. Is that a thing? So I thought that asking also, and I don't want to accuse, no, I will accuse her of being bad faith actually, fuck her. There's two things that happen. I think that when somebody does either of these things, you know that they're hiding because they either don't want to engage or they know that they can't. When you ask somebody a question and they remark that, like, when you give somebody a hypothetical and they go, well, that's improbable, I think they realize that their argument is horseshit. So I say, like, okay, well, what about men selling sex? Oh, well, that never happens. Okay, so then, like, yeah, okay, I'm not a dumb fuck. Obviously, I'm aware of that. Can you engage with that hypothetically, though? I think that when people, like, do the incredulous, like, well, that doesn't really happen, I think it's because they know their argument is weak. There's that, and then when somebody rambles and rambles and rambles, you can tell she had, like, no interest in anything that I had to say. She just wanted to be able to, like, preach her shit. I think that also means they know that their arguments are really weak. I think. That's what I think. That's my... She engaged. She did say that it would be immoral for men to sell sex to women. Yeah, she said that eventually, but the problem with her saying that then is that everything she said before that goes out the window. Because she said before women shouldn't do it because they're vulnerable and because men have power over them in like the transaction. Okay, well, what if men are selling it? Oh, well, then it's still immoral. Okay, well, then what the fuck is the immoral part about it? I don't understand. Somebody make Ayla an orange name? I can do it out of this game. The combo is over soon. Oh, that's another thing too. I bring up that conservative example because it was the first time I noticed people doing this trick. Are you fucking serious, bro? Is when people conflate, I said before, I even brought up the example in that debate. When people conflate immigrants, illegal immigrants, and refugees as all part of like the same thing that they talk about, like they're all very, 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 very different. Oh, look at that, Overlord. How fucking mad are you? And to pretend that they're the same is ridiculous. When she started off like being like, oh, prostitution, porn, and like rape, and it's like, bro, hold on. Well, which one do you want to talk about? Because, fuck, I'm overthinking this. She was a bad faith fucking moron. I know this. I'm done. That's it. Okay, I got it. I understand. She was caught in a logic chokehold with your hypothetical and just hit the eject button? Yeah, maybe. I wonder if I should tweet out, like, predicting this person will leave the convo in whatever, or like, and then I don't know if that would make people just too scared to come in at all, or if once they do engage, they would know that if they leave, it like would look bad maybe. Why the fuck did I build all this stupid shit? I don't have any fucking gas. Eva Lovia Girl was apparently watching stream on Twitter. Isn't she fairly anti-porn now? I don't know if she's anti-porn. We watched her on the panel the other day. I was hoping to get some like idea of like how the Megan person engages, but the panel didn't like have much in the way of like engagement from anybody, just because of the format of the panel. Oh, hey, what's up? What is he hitting that with? Oh. Really, dude? Do you think Mr. Girl's messaged her yet? True. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh fuck, he's gonna go straight fucking air. He is. He's already. I bet he's already got like a fucking carrier. He does. He already has multiple carriers. I'm not even gonna kill this. What do you think is the... I don't even know how to beat... I don't know how to beat air. Protoss, I'm gonna be honest. Oh my god. I like how he doesn't even need to build fucking observers. I shouldn't have gone in with this stupid fucking Corsair vision thing. That shouldn't give you vision of cloak things. You should have to build a roboport. That's so stupid. I should have just waited. I had all the tools I needed to beat this stupid attack too. Even if I capture 5 carriers, I don't think I even come close to winning this fight. What do you think about solving the sex inequality problem through an economic lens? There seems to be a lot of insecurity based on wealth inequality. There's always going to be like a different, like between men and women, there's going to be different drives for sex. You're not going to solve it anywhere. Or I mean, in a way, it's like already solved. Like, I mean, like we find equilibriums around like desires for sex and everything, right? But you're not going to equalize like male and female. But in terms of like desire for like random sex and shit, if that's what you're talking about. This time, okay? I can feel it. Destiny ruined it by being disrespectful. Don't invite somebody to talk and mute yourself and pander to your audience and act stupid when the other person's turned off. I'm just curious, True, like how much of your life has been lived under like care of another person? Like, are you allowed to go out on your own, or do you always have a caretaker with you 24/7, or what? I'm just curious. I want to get into the mind of somebody that can actually be that fucking stupid to think that that's what happened in that conversation. I want to know what your day-to-day life is like, okay? Do you have a personal favorite unit? Yeah, drones, because that's what I am. I'm an NPC. Yeah, please fight with me on Twitter. I don't have anything to do tonight, okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, finally. It's been so long since I've been unhinged on Twitter. Vibe check? Yeah, we're not doing vibe checks anymore. Not today. Should have been going down here. Fuck. Tara? Oh no. Little bro loses a Reaper for no reason. I'm gonna get that. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch. 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 Watch this. Okay. Watch this. He's like, what? No vision on that entire fucking side of the map. Paste. Please tell me I built a bailing nest. I didn't. I didn't. Do you think he's got like dropships on his way to my base? No. This feels like an Omega DMC. So why did I need those people for so long earlier? That's a mighty quick third. Fuck. Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. Oh, okay. Never mind, we're good. Little bro respects me too much to just fucking rush me like that, right? Holy shit, never mind. No, he doesn't. I just mishockeyed all my shit. Oh my god. Fuck. Bro, what are you doing down here? I think that mishockey, I think, cost me the game. Oh my god. I wonder what I'm clicking on my keyboard where every now and then I like unhockey like all of my fucking units. What? Bro, what are you doing? Sorry. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. This fucking guy. I went back in time roughly the amount she talked. That was about 12 minutes, and the debate was about 25 minutes. He talked a tiny bit more than her, like 50% 45 to quantify. Cool. Sorry, bro. All right. Am I missing some tweets? Hey, Destiny, you're not a hypocrite because the type of argumentation that you go down with the cheeseburger example is a dialogue tree and analogous to name the trait which you're against. There's nothing wrong with a dialogue tree, right? Oftentimes that's how you open or explore like a particular line of argumentation. The problem is when you can't divert from that argument tree. That's the problem, is when you can't engage with anybody, right? Oh, fuck. I meant to cancel that. Shit, I just saw my one tweet blew up. Whoops. Low tier god. Every time I get close to fame, I lose it. Damn, dude, I feel so bad for his YouTube shit. That's so fucking brutal. Oh no, it's Bob again. Oh god. You're free of my MMR injection soon. I have to raid and wow. Real talk though, if there was a man with the background that Nico had, do you think that Twitch would be featuring them on some fucking shadow thing? There's no fucking shot. That is so fucking wild to me. I think it's am I gonna be mean? Yeah, I do feel mean with it today. I do think it's exasperated by the fact that I hate this fucking person so much. She pedo baits with all of her pictures. The only reason anybody knows who she is because she blew up on some cringe fucking Bernie little Zoomer tweet dance. Like, I've never seen anything from her ever that even seems like she has a shred of talent for anything. So you've got like a pedo baiting TikTok Zoomer, actually like legally abusive, domestic abuse fucking charged person is getting fucking special shoutouts from Twitch. Why? I don't know. That shit's wild to me. In my personal opinion. Eat this sling. Fuck him. He's like, you're not getting a fucking expo this time. No sneaky thirds this time. Or will I? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Oh! Oh! Hold up! Oh! Hold up! Hold up! Hold up! Oof. That's a lot of bicycle guys. He was like, I'm just gonna fucking run by. Fuck this guy. Oh, no, he's not. Ooh, okay. I hope I die. I hope I die. This is the win. This is the win that he's gonna get off me. I can feel it. Oh, never mind. What is he doing? What am I supposed to do about this? Oh my god. Oh no. You know, like, those can lift off, right? I didn't make my spire. Candace wants to call in. Oh, wait, does she actually? Hold on. Make swarm house? I don't even think they're good. Yeah, she's in YouTube chat now. Oh, hold on. Nah, little bro, massing Vikings? Is that even a real thing? Please tell me I started this upgrade. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I didn't start any upgrades. You know, Friendly Yordies is? I don't know that person, but remember that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes people ask me if I know somebody, and it's like, I think people think it's like disrespectful. I'm like, I don't know who that is. I just don't know a lot of people, because I just want to play video games and debate politics. Okay. You've seen him, you just don't remember the name. He's the Aussie politics guy. Okay. Uh-oh. Little bro having some problems here. I actually feel so bad for this guy. Fuck me, dude. Hopefully his WoW raids go better. I'm like, my MMR is getting inflated too. I probably shouldn't be this high. Jesus Christ. Rank 3, but your promo progress is so low. How does that work? I need like 200 MMR, and then I think I'm in the range for GM. But I don't think I'm good enough, actually, to beat that MMR yet. I still have to, I don't think any of my matchups are good enough to beat. I think I'm like probably right where I am. I'm probably a little bit higher than I should be. That seems on Fresh and Fit with this girl, right? Wait, who? This is why I don't like these formats. And I understand that the format of like interrupting people is probably not good. Marietta Mara, do I know? I don't know who the fuck this person is, do I? Or is this the really tall woman? Damn, did she blow up recently? I thought she had like 40,000 followers when we saw her last. Likes, 643 comments. He called you out on TikTok. Who called me out on TikTok? Wait, Social Blade, Instagram. Fuck, who did I... Oh, there you go. I unbanned all three of you. I don't know why, but... Log in. You have to log. What? Why? Fish Molly called you out on TikTok. Who's Fish Molly? You used to always tell the other person before the convo you like to go point by point. Yeah, maybe I need to start doing that again. Yeah, fuck me. The 329 followers. Who's Fish Molly? He doesn't know. He fell for it. I did fall for it. I have no idea who that is. I know what the joke is. You got me. Mitch Jones Orbital. Fish Molly is a Twitch emote. Oh. Just steal the Trump meme of saying wrong when someone is rambling and say a bunch of incoherent shit. Either they'll stop and argue with a point or they'll look much wrong. True. Wrong. Quit ignoring Candace. She says she's gonna talk. I messaged her on Instagram. If somebody wants to chat, they can always message me. I don't even see my... I think you guys are making shit up. Fuck off. This is Megan saying that nothing could change her mind when she's like, oh, I remember watching this part of the
Them if they're predating on teenagers, I doubt they're going to admit.
I mean, the question is, or like I was suggested to me by a friend, is like what kind of data would make you update your mind, like change your mind? Like
No
if you
data.
gave me
I think it's bad for men to jack off to barely legal porn. I think it's bad for men to be having orgasms to images of girls who look like kids or teenagers.
Oh, I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, I do.
So
I think it's good.
What a giga chat, dude. I won't change my mind and nothing can make me do it. I respect it, honestly. We need more strong women like that in the world. Real destiny. Remember for that woman's Twitter, guys. We do not believe in bullying, okay? We do not believe in bullying, but if you see something, say something, okay? Don't forget our new motto. Just to be clear. What the fuck is this shit? Ghost Academy. Oh, oh, it is a true cancer. Is that what we're doing right now? Like that academy. What do you think I should build for this? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Dude, me too. I hope I'm doing well. we're all doing well today. It's gonna be Hellions and Ghosts, right? I think it's Roach Link should be the counter. Do you think is what I can build? It'd be nice to have Roach Speed. Which means it would be nice to have a lair. I don't know if I should be like massing fucking lings, or I just don't know. I truly don't know. Candace is new to. She said I can send her a Zoom link in a sec. Okay, sure. I gotta finish my game. Okay. I think Muta are no good because you can snipe Muta pretty easily. I don't think you're gonna be using snipes on like fucking roaches though, right? Oh my god. Okay. Maybe I should be going. I don't know what I should be going. I have absolutely no idea. It's got to be an all-in at least, right? We're gonna agree on that? Drop ghost, snipe the shit. Wait, what the fuck? I shouldn't have made that last batch of units. I have absolutely no way of stopping this. It's just all on base race. How fucking stupid. Fucking stupid updates to this game. Are you okay?
Hey, yeah, my computer's down there, so I was getting everything situated.
Gotcha. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
I had so much enjoyment from that. I'm like, maybe this is a little bit of righteous anger, but I got some of my own griefs out just watching you have that very short conversation that you did.
Have you had like more engagement with her besides that one conversation?
Just that, and then I think a little bit on Twitter, and then I eventually blocked her because it's just like mind-numbing how she's just like not open to receiving anything that you say, and it's just like repeat, repeat, repeat. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get anywhere except just piss myself off.
Are you what is your what is like roughly like your background? Like, how do you attach to this world of like arguing about like porn and everything? Where does your advocacy come from? Like, yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, so I was in the porn industry for like 12 years, and now I've been kind of like self-producing for the last 5. Now I do podcasting that covers a whole bunch of other topics, but I would say an area that I specialize in or talk a lot about is just sexuality and like the choice, I guess, that comes down to it. So it's not blanketly saying the porn industry is great and all butterflies, because it's absolutely not. So I feel like I don't have a camp because I'm critical of it, but I also support choice, and I don't think the porn industry is bad or sex work is bad. I think people's freedoms are kind of like the most important factor in this moral grandstanding that's kind of getting a rebirth of evangelical motives, I guess, and then masking it as we're just trying to protect women is really frustrating.
Yeah. Have you would you say that the industry's changed significantly in the past, like, geez, I don't know, like 10 or 20 years? Or do you think it's roughly like the same as it was before, where some of it's good, some of it's bad? Or do you have like strong opinions on that? Or
I think there's been a huge evolution in the industry. So if you look, even back at the 90s, there was zero power that most women had within the industry. You were beholden to these giant companies. There weren't any royalties. You didn't own the content. So you kind of put yourself in this very vulnerable spot and quite literally showing yourself to the world, and then you have nothing to fall back on after. So now we have third-party platforms like OnlyFans where you can self-produce, own your content. You're in charge of what you're filming, how you're filming, the safety on set. I think it's vastly different.
Gotcha. Well, damn. Do you when you say you talk like sexuality, is it like are you like a sex educator like Lacey Green used to be on YouTube? I don't know if you remember that, or do you just like
no,
talk?
it's not like official training or anything like that, or it's just my own experience, because I think there's this quote that sex is a journey and not an action, and I think our relationship to sex just individually evolves throughout time, and just kind of sharing the nuance to thinking like, yes, there can be a sacred union behind sex, but it can also be frivolous and fun, and it doesn't have to necessarily be one or the other. It can be both, and you're in charge of how you look at that sexual expression. So more just like by modeling and not coaching or anything like that.
Where are you at today on like do you talk about stuff related to like kind of Me Too movement and stuff? Do you have like any feelings about I guess like where the culture is at right now in terms of talking about sex? Like
That frustrates me because I think it was very necessary, and I think that there were a lot of bad actors that kind of were exposed through sunlight. But just like any other movement, it kind of gets hijacked by hysteria, and then now it turns into believe all women. Well, I don't think that that's necessarily helpful, because I know plenty of women that lie or have an agenda or trying to maybe like get back at somebody. So I think that due process is important. I think that presenting evidence is important, and I know that that's not always possible in some of those situations, but I think we kind of have to approach it with an open mind and not just ruin somebody's life because someone's just making an accusation and that's all that they have. So I think that there does need to be some evolution there. And I mean, when it comes to people using the porn industry as an example of having way more harassment or violence or trauma on set, I mean, I used to be in the food industry. I was a bartender, and I was harassed way more frequently, grabbed way more frequently in that environment than I was on set. So, I mean, you can't just say because it's sex work, you're inherently more at risk of being victimized. I don't find that to be true in my experience.
Yeah, I was gonna have when the lady said like you don't get traumatized working retail, that was really funny to me because I did food service for a long time. It was like I don't know about that. To be fair, like sex work is like a special like there is a fundamental difference I think between engaging in sex work versus like doing retail. But I think kind of like you said, I think everything's kind of got its ups and downs, and then it's our job, I guess, to try to capitalize on the ups as much as possible and then limit the downs as much as possible. Especially since porn and sex work probably aren't going anywhere, considering they've existed for like all of human history.
Right, and the downs are already illegal. It's already illegal to rape someone, to harass someone. There's a protocol for that. So to say the whole industry needs to be banned or not exist, which is what she kind of champions, well, those behaviors are already not accepted within society. So now what do we do to prevent that in the future? And what do we do when people do cross those boundaries?
Do you sorry, I'm super out of everything. Are you still like active in the porn industry, or are you completely retired or done from that, or?
So I have an OnlyFans account, and I self-produce there, but I'm not within like the mainstream industry anymore.
Gotcha. When you worked before, did you like solo do everything, or were you working under like a major like label or studio, or?
So most of my career, I was contracted to a major studio, but I did do a little bit of freelancing. There definitely are a lot of disadvantages to those contracts, like they're not in favor of the performer, but that's any entertainment industry. If you look at music contracts, right, they're massively predatory. So it's not unique in that sense. I think people get really triggered or inflamed because it's around sex, and we're already kind of icky about that in general. So when you mix money into that, I think it just makes people kind of get tunnel vision and they don't look at it with any nuance.
How do you feel about, so okay, there's a question. Have you ever heard, okay, sorry, let me start here. Somebody asks somebody, should you be allowed to sell a kidney in exchange for money, right? Like, let's say that like there's $1 million kidneys, and the argument generally goes, well, maybe that'd be okay. And then somebody say, well, maybe that wouldn't be okay because then poor people would be selling their kidneys. And then it's like, well, what if a poor person has absolutely nothing in life but to sell their kidney? Like, is it exploitative to offer that like as like a public transaction? Like, should that be something that should be allowed to happen? When you look at things like OnlyFans or sex work in general, like, do you have a feeling about like girls that are like 18 or 19 that are jumping on OnlyFans maybe to make money? Like, is this the type of thing that you think is good for society? Do we want girls to have that option? Should they be taking that option? Like, how do you feel about people that jump in at like pretty early ages?
So I think that we have regulation with most industries, and for some reason there doesn't seem to be a lot with porn. No one wants to talk about it because, again, we just get so inflamed that we can't look at it with like a fresh set of eyes. I'm a really big proponent of raising the age of entry. I think it should be 21, just like drinking. I have that opinion on other things, but it's just like you don't fully understand the gravity of that decision at that age. I got in at 21 and I didn't understand the gravity of that decision. And when I say that, I mean, if you get super popular, you will never be able to have a regular job again because of all these morality clauses that most people have.